Good morning. My name is Barbara Gray from Clarity here in the UK, and welcome to the SHAC. Safe, happy, and creative. So come on in, and we're going to finish drawing those robins. They're in our garden at the moment, and they are loud. How about in your gardens? Yeah? Can you hear the birds? They're coming to life, aren't they? Spring is in the air, I can assure you. And the sun is shining here in the southeast of England. Aren't we lucky? Yeah. So Paul is in the room with your good selves, and he will certainly let me know whether the sound is good or not. But come on in, and then we'll get doodling again. The sun is out. I know, Jacqueline. Aren't we lucky? So life is on its head in the world, and we're here in England. So I'm sure, you know, that if you're anything like me, what's happening in the Middle East is very worrying, very frightening. I know. And if you're like me, you're listening to the news and horrified at what's going on. I know. You're not alone. We're all in the same boat, you know. Very frightening. You know, you're allowed to be worried. It's okay. And having said that, can we do something just for an hour? Just park it all. Just shut the door. Close the door. Let's do a little bit of colouring, a little bit of crafting, hang out with some friends. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about what's going on. Don't worry about things that you can't control. You know, we've said it many times, haven't we? But I also know you. I know you, and I know that you'll be anxious, and some of us, our anxiety levels are through the roof. Get that. I get that. Of course I do. I am that person. But just for an hour, let's just park all that outside and let's just hang out together, circle the wagons, pull up the drawbridge, get in our arty little cave called the SHAC. And it's not flippant to do that. It's not flippant to be creative and crafty and business as usual. You know, that doesn't make us shallow. We can't fall apart. We have to be strong. You know that. Keep calm and carry on. Okay? Keep calm and carry on crafting, I would say, because it's good for the head. Catherine Peace, the pink blossom trees are coming out here. I know. I saw them on the way into work. And the lambs. First lambs too. Hi, Lillian. Yeah, so let's just accept that there's nothing we can do about any of this apart from stay on an even keel ourselves, be measured, and not get drawn into the panic and the fear, okay? Because I think that just adds to everything, you know, it adds to this. So we won't do that. We'll stay positive, we'll stay upbeat, and we'll pray for a quick solution, a good outcome, a positive outcome, okay? And in the meantime, it's business as usual at Clarity. We launched some really lovely bird stamps yesterday. It's Japan month. The product of the month was launched on Friday. Very nice. Love and hearts in abundance, which is what we need in spadefuls. Don't you agree? Love and hearts. Yeah. So don't forget though, you know, whatever you buy during the whole week, those love and hearts, if you pop them in your basket, or the parchment actually, it will double point. It will add double points to your basket. So that's good to know, you know. And so we carry on, don't we? Yeah. We do need clarity to keep us sane. Clarity, not just a company clarity, but we need clear heads. We need clear minds, right? So let's see. Let's just stop for a moment. Let our friends find us. While we're doing that, we'll have a look at what's coming up this week. All right. And then when a few more have found us, we'll crack on with those kooky birds, those little fat birds that we were drawing. You know, we have to find the positives. We have to find the positives. And believe you me, that doesn't make us fickle. You know, it doesn't make us fickle or disinterested at all. You know, it really doesn't. It keeps us sane. And I think that's vital, you know, because who knows what's up the road. Let's just circle the wagons, stay together, keep the Clarity community safe, okay? Because it's an inside job. I know this better than anybody. It's an inside job. If I get on the wrong track in my head, it can take me down a really, really windy, dark road. And it's no good, is it? So it goes nowhere. It just takes me down a really, really dark, windy road. And then at the end, I'm sitting there in despair. Back out, up into the light, and think of 5 things to be grateful for. Honestly, 5 things. Let's get those gratitude lists going. Do you remember in lockdown, we used to talk about gratitude lists? 5 things to be grateful for. I've got a roof over my head. I've got a loving family. I've got a business that's still afloat. I've got my good health. I've got you. There you go. That's my 5. Your 5. You know, gratitude. We have to get grateful. See the positives. Lean into the positive, not into the negative. Okay. That doesn't make you fickle. That doesn't make you disinterested or shallow. Not at all. And I think a lot of us think that. If we're not watching the news, then we're being ignorant. Ignorar in Spanish means to not know, not to ignore, just to not know. And sometimes not knowing is okay because there's nothing we can do about it. All right. And so let's have a look at what's going on this week at Clarity, because we are here to keep you company. Yeah. So if you see more of me than usual, do you know why now? Because I also know that many of you need that company. Yeah, I know. So here we are. And we'll double down on keeping you company. You don't need to feel lonely. There are hundreds of us in the shack. Do you know there were 300 people watching yesterday? I wish that 300 people had bought, but there were 300 people watching yesterday afternoon. I know. So that tells me that people are looking for distraction. People are alarmed and they're looking for something to redirect their thinking. Now let's have a look what else we've got in store for you, shall we? Now let's see. We'll come in a little bit closer and we'll check out. So Monday, that's today. Here we go, 10 a.m. in the Shakalak. Yes, sir. Here we are. Now let's see, what else have we got? This afternoon, 2 p.m. Here she is again. Are you getting fed up with me yet? So it's Barbara and Paul again, the desperate duo. And this afternoon, it'll be good because we're going to be looking at those new stamps from Janice. And we're celebrating her whole year. And it's just me and Paul. And we'll just be shining a light on her latest collection, which are really lovely, perfect for spring. Nice flowers. There you go. Gardens, bees, spring. There's a buzz in the air. So we'll look at these this afternoon. They're already available on our website. And what we'll be doing is having a little shout out to Janice for sticking with it and being creative. And look at that set. What a lovely timestamp creations collection, eh? So we'll look at them this afternoon. Nice. Then we've got Tuesday, 10 a.m. That's tomorrow. So you'll be working with Louise in Groovy Tuesday. She's here to keep you company there. And then in the afternoon, of course, Louise and Paul, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they'll be focusing on, I can't remember. Maybe, Paul, you can let me know, and then I can circle back to what you're going to be looking at in the afternoon. I have a feeling it's the same beautiful, the bird rounds that we looked at yesterday, or it could be the product of the month, or it could be both. Okay, but I'm sure Paul will let me know. Now, on Friday, big day. Thursday is a little bit of quiet time, although, to be fair, right, if I think that maybe we do need to hang out for an hour together, then do you know what? We will. I'll just let you know. The jungle drums will tell you. And then we can hang out, have a coffee, maybe Thursday afternoon. Our Grace is coming over from New York. She'll be here Thursday evening, Heathrow. I know, it's all very anxiety-inducing, but we crack on. Keep calm and carry on. But maybe Thursday afternoon, maybe we can hang out together. You know, it doesn't need to be all of us, but maybe some of you. Maybe you need a bit of company. Maybe I'll just dial it in at 2 o'clock or so on Thursday afternoon for an hour from home. Get Eric and Ragnar to come and say hello to you. So Paul says let's go back to this. Paul says on Tuesday afternoon, they'll be looking at the bird rounds and the butterfly rounds and the product of the month. So I was right. Ha ha. There you go. I was right. They're going to do all the things that we showcased on Friday and Sunday. So that'll be interesting. Then Friday. So this is a super special day. On Friday the 6th, in the morning, make sure you tune in, because I'm launching a new collection. It's not a big collection. It's just a nice little set. But I think you'll really love it. It's very, very arty. It's a mixed media kind of thing. So make sure that you put a date in your diary for Friday morning. I'm just going to do the 1 hour, because in the afternoon, Paul is on Hobby Maker. So he's getting all groovy at 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. Okay. So he'll be up there with the guys at Hobby Maker, which will be great. So I'm in the morning to keep you company, and then Paul's going to keep you entertained in the afternoon. Now, when we say entertained, we do mean that you can shop, you know. Shop hasn't shut. Ken, I know about Anita, and I hope that she's doing better. You've got your work cut out for you, you two. So on behalf of everybody in the shack, we're sending huge love and healing energy and hugs and all that good stuff. You know, everybody's got it going on at the moment, Ken. You and Anita especially. So so there you go. That's what we're doing in the in the week. I think that will keep us going. And I was gonna say, let's have a sip of my chamomile tea, and then we'll start doodling. How's that sound? Yeah, I had a right old "How's your father" this morning. I won't call it a panic attack, because I know what they're like. It was just a little bit of an anxiety-inducing moment. It's just, I don't know. It's just too much going on for this old bird. But then, you know what? Then I just have to spare a thought for Anita, Ken's Anita, and I think, what's my problem? I haven't got a problem. Yeah, right size is everything right there. And that's in our little community, you know. So there you go. Hi, Beverly. Good to see you. Yeah, so let's just say it's not lockdown, right? It's not, you know, we're having our little Cobra meeting this morning, you and me, and we're going to just make sure that we keep crafting, we keep saying, We hang out together, we circle the wagons, and we keep smiling. All right? Just keep smiling. It's all right. Doesn't make you fickle, just makes you happier. There we go. Now, let's have a look. Where were we? Robins. Yeah. I opened up the window this morning, the bedroom window. The sun was pouring in. Oh, thank God for that. Okay, it does get gloomy, doesn't it? So we had beautiful sunshine, and it was about 6 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know if often, it doesn't matter where you are in the country, we're looking at the same sky. And there was this amazing band, the sunrise, this amazing band of this color, like a beautiful red running right along the horizon. Did you see that too? It was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Bright blue sky, and then this lovely red sunset, sunset. Sunrise. Good. Checking in from Melbourne. Hi, Jenny. See, it's going to be okay. Now, let's have a look. So these are the birds that we were working on. And if you remember, we drew, first of all, on tracing paper, didn't we? We drew them on tracing paper. And then we tried a couple of different things. So there was, but we always find that when we draw it on tracing paper first, it's handy. It's handy because then you can work, for example, on one layer like this. Let me show you. You work on one layer like that. They're cool, right? That was the original set. And then when you fold it over, you can add, you know, the other things to that side. So this is a really neat way to work on half pieces like that. So this was another thing that I did. Instead of working on one branch like that, which is this branch here, say, right, we added a couple of branches off there, and that gave us a circle. Now, where did I find the circle? I remember I drew around the masking tape on the inside and the outside, and then that gave me a little road to write into. So I wrote, a little bird told me it's your birthday. A little bird told me you are little bird told me you are coming to town, Grace. Haha. See? Got to keep it positive. You have no idea how many awful things went through my head before I got Grace is coming to town. You see? Gratitude. Upbeat. That don't make me fickle. Just makes me determined to stay upbeat and happy. Because if I'm sitting there moping, that's not going to do you any good, is it? Oh, crikey. Okay, so let's have a look. So we transferred the birds. Do you remember? Let's go to the ones that we did together. This one looks like it's got a parachute on, but that's all right. So now let's just keep going. So then we transferred the pencil work to a piece of our premium card. No longer our stencil card, it's our premium card, okay? That works, doesn't it? So we transferred it with the pencils. And then last week, we started on the colouring. And I showed you a couple of little tricks because I thought it'd be quite nice. It's coming a bit closer now. I thought it would be quite nice if we used the kooky shapes, but really nice colouring. So let me see. I don't think I can. Let me see. I remember now we went manual. Let me see if I can get in close on this little fella. We went manual and then we came in. Now, what did we do, Paul? I remember now. I thought we went manual and then we could come in a bit closer, but that doesn't seem to be working for me, which is unfortunate. But let's just sharpen that up. That'll do though. And you can see how we've added some, you can see, I'm hoping, I don't know why that's not working because we did say that we would get that really tight, but it doesn't seem to have worked for me, which is unfortunate. Maybe Paul can give me a clue again. Right, so what we're going to do, though, is we're going to colour this little fella in. Do you see there's one in the middle, the guy in the middle? And what we're doing is we're not inking up. This is the whole principle with this artwork, is that we're not inking up the outline, are we? We're not giving it a really robust black line art. We're going to keep it tidy. So I think that Paul's going to come in, I hope, and help me here and tell me how. I don't know why it's not working, Paul.
Manual and then hold the button to the left of it. So do your manual and then hold that button. That's it.
Near?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did. There you go. I did what we said. And it's not working. Look, manual, near, nada. Got it?
That's what we was doing the other day.
But it doesn't, it's not working. So.
Come a bit closer and then.
No, it's rubbish, isn't it? Rubbish.
There it's going.
Where are you going now on this? No, we'll just have to deal with it.
Okay.
Back to fourth.
Okay.
Okay, so that's as good as it gets, I'm afraid. So we'll just deal with this one, though. And the first thing we're going to do is take a white pencil and we'll add a little bit of resist. So I've got a Polychromos white pencil. I've got loads of white pencils. I've got a Pergolina. Any of these will do the job. And then what we're going to do is get a nice sharp pencil. All right, now we've got Jim coming in to help us. Just bear with us a second while we see if we can improve on this. So what is it? Show me so that we can see. Excuse me, guys. It's not working, see? That's exactly what I was doing. Fuzzy. Fuzzy.
There we go. I think that's pretty sharp.
And can you come in any closer?
Yeah.
That was what I was trying to do. How'd you come in closer then?
Just zoom.
So you went to manual.
Then you just have to refocus it. Hold on.
Refocus. That's coming now. Oh yeah, sharp.
Okay.
That's what I was after. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. So just to recap, right? Show me again. Manual.
And then go near and far.
I did that. But how do I get in closer when I want to get in closer then? Before?
Zoom here.
Zoom in and out. Right, that was... And what's this then?
That's just fast zoom.
Okay. Do you want to say hello?
Hello. No, don't put me on the screen. Bye.
Welcome to my world, Mr. Malloy. Don't put me on the screen. Do you know what I mean? Right, so now we're up close, which is where I wanted to be. Right, so now you can see, I think, the white resist. That was really, it's important that you see that, you see. And you can see it a little bit in the red. See, if we don't get in close, how are you going to know? Hey? I know. Not blurry anymore. Thank you. Right, so I've got the idea now. So I'm going to take my pencil, and the first thing we want to do, right, we've got this, I think, if I'm not mistaken, let me just have a think for a minute. It's going to go quiet because I'm thinking. I'm going to start with the white. Right, let's get this series going. Start with the white. Then I'm going to go with the warm grey. Then I'm going to go to a darker grey. And I may go to a really dark grey. But that's when we get to the real dark part, right? Maybe not. I can't remember. And then I'm going to go to ivory, the ivory to soften it. And it's the ivory that gives it that lovely creamy effect. Okay. So that's the sequence, friends. Let me put that there. Right. White to create the resist. Warm grey 2 to get a nice, well, it will bring out the resist. Da-da. Then we're going to go to the darker grey, which is, I can't remember what one this is. It's just one that I grabbed from the box. Cold grey 3. and then maybe or maybe not, I'll have to try it, warm grey 5, and then ivory. Okay, so basically you're going to go white, light, medium, dark, and then back to tone down. Those are my colours. Make sense? Good. All right, so first of all, white. I'm glad that you can see better now. And I'm going to just add little white flicks like this, little white flicks. And I know you can't see what I'm doing. I can't see what I'm doing, but I know that if I add little white flicks and I'm going in the direction, for example, of the feathers, and I'm going in the direction of the down, if you like. There we go. I'm just going to add a little. Let me just hold it to the light so I can actually see. Excuse me a minute. I need to just hold it to the light so that I can see what I'm doing. Oh yeah, okay. You'll see it in a minute. As soon as I put the grey over it, you'll see where I've created a resist. So this bit here, I hadn't done this bit here. So I'm just going to add a little bit of white there as well. Just like that. That'll do. Okay, and I might let's just add a bit around the eye, just to keep that area. I'm not going to go twice. Now, let's see what we've got. Right, so white's done. Put that over there, might come back. Now, let's see when I go back over with this colour, whether we can see that there's a resist. Let's go in there. And maybe we can just see if there's a resist. Did I press hard enough, do you think? See, it's when it gets darker is when you can see it. So this is going to be red, isn't it? Yeah, you can see them now. You can see if I go through here a little bit darker, because I know that that's where the depth is going to be anyway. I feel like I want to go a bit more intense with the resist, only because you can barely see it. So I'm pressing quite hard now with the white. Let's see. In a minute it will come out when we start adding different colours. Okay, so we've got a light colour now on that warm grey. Yeah, that'll do. Down there, where we know it's going to be darker. There. Okay, so now we've got that nice colour. I'll pop that one to one side. I bet I'll come back to that. Now let's try a little bit of the grey. I wonder when we're going to add the red. I think I'll go with a little bit more grey, just because I know this is going to be light feathery strokes. Let's just see. Yeah, you can see I'm trying to get you to see the resist. That's the thing. There, now you can see it. See the resist? Good. So we'll just add a little bit of depth along that edge there with the next grey. There. There. Okay. Right, now let's go for the red. Shall we go for the red? Because I didn't add that to my grayscale stuff, did I? So we definitely need the red. See, I'm all at 6s and 2s myself, aren't I? So let's just have a look. We can see from here where it's going to be. So I'm going to go lightly in this area here, feathering. Just feathering through where I want the red to go. And I'm going to go around the head, like that, round the eye, in that area. That's me. Right. Rather than make a line, I'm going to establish where the red is with little feathery strokes. Okay, and now you can see the white coming through. Right, we'll get right in close on the eye, but not quite yet. Can you see that okay? Right, so now we've got some good red going, and now we're going to use circular motion. So we know where we are, we've feathered it out, and now we're going to get in tighter. So around this side of the eye. Keep away from the eye. I know it looks a bit weird at the moment, but nothing's finished until it's done, is it? Eh? Keep that going like so. Feathery strokes, because it's going to be grey back there. And I think you can really see the resist now, can't you? See the lines? So we just keep that tight like that. That'd be nice. Nice little bib he's got on. You see? Okay. Now let me get my Dame Edna's on. And let's go again. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just add feathery strokes all the way along the edge now. Let's just do this, like really light feathery strokes. What colour red am I using? I bet you want to know. Light cadmium red, which strikes me as a really good robin red. These are all in those sets, you know, that we sell, that we put together for you. They're good sets. Right, let's have a look. Okay. See, there's something very, very relaxing about colouring in, isn't there? Don't you find? Right, just get that. He looks terrified. That's all right. I know how he feels. Right, now let's have a look. So we're going to keep going. Like feathery strokes. You need a really sharp pen for this. Just going to make it really downy, right by, you start in here like that, and then you flick out, and so that when it's going up, as the pen is lifting it off, it's just coming off the, see, you can make him look really nice and feathery like that. Like that. And because we've got that, there, you get it? And a little tiny flash of the red at the top as well. Look, just want to show you how it works. It's already coming together quite nicely. But what we want to do now, let's have a look. We've got that and that and that. But what we want to do now is let's put the eye in, because it's when you put the eye in, he does look more less friendlier. Right, so I'm going to use the Payne's grey. Black might be even. I think I used black over here. But let's just start gently with the Payne's grey. I'm going to leave a little white dash, a little white dot there. See, I'm glad we're in so tight, because now you can really see what I'm doing. There's a little little tiny white bit there. See? There we go. Don't want to make it too big. Good enough, eh? Then what we probably want is a little bit of grey around there. It looks a little bit too white. So we're just going to tone that edge down. You remember I went round it in white, but that could still tone down a bit. That's better. That's it. And then we can come in closer with the red, you see? Just closer. One little dash at a time. You see that? Just going to come in there like that. There we are. That looks better. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Happier with that? That looks good, doesn't it? So now we can always come in and intensify. Let's get on with the grey a little bit more. But now we've got a really lovely eye. So once the eye's done, happy days. Now let's take a look at the beak. So the beak needs, I would say that we're going to split the beak in two like that. Okay. And we'll concentrate on the lower half. Let's do that. Let's just concentrate. There's a little bit of shadow there. There you go. So you can see I went darker on that one. So I've decided that I like what I've done there. now I can go in a bit darker. This will be good. There we are. Good, good. Looking good, eh? But you can see the resist now with the white, can't you? So now let's concentrate on the wing. Let's see what we've got going on with the wing. So I'm gonna make some marks along here. This is the depth. So I'm gonna make some feathers, see? And I'm using the light beige to do that. Then I'll go in and I'm gonna add a bit of depth to that as well. But I'm sweeping round because I feel that the feathers are gonna go that way, see? So I just want to sweep round like that. Now let's see. We want to get in under there as well, so that we, there, like so. Now let's get some feathering going on this side. Now where's that light grey? That's a good one for this. So I'm going to feather around the bottom here to get some lovely down, soft down, like that. You see that okay? Paul, how are we doing? He's gone quiet. Got a lot going on at work as well. And, you know, always trying to stay on top of things. Right, let's just get that colour going there. Okay, so that smooths it out nicely. Yeah. So I need a little bit of depth around there, don't I? We need to separate out that line there. Here we go. Light feathery strokes again. I don't want to lean all over this one. He's my favourite. So what I'll do is I'll take a piece of card. How are we doing? What's this? Hang on, let me just read this from Ruth. Let me just read what Ruth has said. Watching with my husband recently, who wants you to know how relaxing your voice is, and he is fascinated by your skillfulness. Thank you for improving his morning. Ah, well, hello, and it's good to have your company. Huh. That's lovely, Ruth. And I hope that he's doing well, you know. I know that you've been in the wars. I know, I understand. But you see how relaxing this is. Look, see, it's coming together. I particularly like this bit here where the grey and the red meet. So what we'll do is we'll turn this around and we'll bring that colour into the red. So watch this join now. Let's see if we can get a good... So we're going that way with the light grey. Okay, let's do that. My dad always used to say that my voice was very calming. I think Grace she's got my voice, and you know that's one of the reasons why she's really very popular as an audible reader and narrator. You know, she really she gets some really good parts now, and I think it is a lot to do with her voice. I think I told you this years ago. My mum gave me a, you know, back in the day when we lived in California, we didn't have mobile phones or anything. And so I used to make cassette recordings and then send them home to England, you know, living abroad, just the way it was. And then you'd make cassette recordings and you'd send them home to England, and they'd be a couple of hours, you know, because I'd spend weeks recording and getting the kids to talk on the phone, on the you know, not on the phone, on the recording, say hello to Oma and Grandad, and so on and so on. And a few years ago, my mum was having a clear out, and she found one of these old cassettes, And she said, you might really enjoy this, Barb, because this was when you lived in California with the children. So I thought, oh, this will be nice to listen to. And remember, I was exactly Grace's age at this time. So I would have been 30, 33, 34, that kind of age. I came back to England when I was about 30, 35. And so I listened to this cassette, and at first I thought, oh, Mum's got confused because she sent me a cassette of Grace, because it was it was Grace's voice, right? So I thought, this is weird. And then the woman, which I thought was Grace, said, so Gracie, tell Oma what we're doing at the moment. But I said it in German because we used to speak in German. I said, erzähl Oma, was wir jetzt machen. And then this little girl started saying, oh, we're making Play-Doh. And then I realized that my voice is Grace's voice, but mine, maybe because I'm 30 years older, mine's dropped. Mine's gone deeper. See, my voice has gone down an octave. But it was really quite uncanny. And this looked lovely. Look. It was quite uncanny to hear my voice 30 years ago. That was basically what we were listening to. Do you get what I mean? It was quite something. I love this little bit here. See the way I've done that there? That kind of feather there. I wonder if we could get a couple more of those going. See, so there's this white area here. Yeah, look. See? That looks quite nice, doesn't it? I wonder if we could get one going up there as well. Mm-hmm. See, the trouble is these are quite permanent, these dark lines, aren't they? Yeah, looky. Doesn't that look pretty? Now, what we need now, what this robin needs now. Yeah, so it seems to me, Ruth's husband, that my voice has got deeper over the years. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe that's a thing, eh? Yeah. I know my language has definitely changed. Yeah. It was funny, when I used to live in America, I was so paranoid about taking on an American accent. Forgive me, American friends, but I didn't want to go American. And so I actually went really Cockney. I did. I went a lot more Cockney than I am now. It was really quite comical. I don't know why, but I did. I went really all right, trying to avoid getting an American twang. Comical, really. Now, let's see. I think this is actually working really nicely, isn't it? So now I've done that, let me take my ivory and see what happens if I go over the whole thing with a bit of ivory. Oh, I tell you what, we haven't done the tail feather. Oh yeah, look. That softens it up beautifully. Look, see the difference? Get some ivory going over the top. Calm it down a bit. Love that. Didn't she come out lovely? Can you see the little fluffy feathers? Now, we need to do that tail feather. So I'm thinking, tail feather, I'm thinking I'm going to go, well, that's a bit dark grey. Playing it safe. That's the first thing. And then I'm going to we've got these little tiny feathers all the way along. So we're going to cross hatch. We'll go that way first. Yeah, nice. Gently. Thing about polychromos is all about the layers. It's layer on layer on layer. And it does sometimes you think, oh, it's taking forever. But at the end of the day, one, it's not a race. And 2, it's good for the head. Very, very good for the head. Very, very good for the head. So let me go with that softer colour. We might even have time to do some leaves. See those light colours, like the warm. Remember in lockdown, we always used to call it boring beige. Boring beige works really well. Just tones it down nicely, doesn't it? Right, legs. Legs. How sharp is that? We're going to make this leg and this leg. Right, I get one run at this. There's my old motorbiking days. Always keep your eye on the road ahead. So this little leg, we're going to bend it like Beckham. That's it. He's a little bit pigeon-toed, is just what I wanted. And then we're going to give him a little tiny triangle there. Give the leg a bit of structure. Hey. There we are. Nice. Looks like he's got a pair of trousers on there. Let's just get a little bit of that fleck going there. The thing is, if you overcook it and you think, oh, I've done too much, that's the brilliant thing about these polychromos is you can go back and rub it out with one of these pencils, the Faber-Castell. We sell these. Faber-Castell pink pencil is the one for the pink pencil is the one for taking back the colour here. Like say I wanted to add a highlight to his head. Just show you. I'm going to show you so that you can see. So you take the colour out. And all those layers, you can put them right back again. Look, see how I can take it out. What I do need though, because if I do that, I might smear the pigment. So I've got just the thing. I've got one of my brushes. And then if I do that, see, I get rid of the pigment. But you see how I've taken a light bit there. So that's my point. I'm not saying that I want to keep it like that, but sometimes you may feel, oh, I wish I'd put a little bit of a light area there. And these sharpen light pencils as well. So say, for example, I'm just showing you a couple of little tricks now. Say I want to add a little bit of light here, there, right? So have a look now. Right, I didn't go in too heavy on this area anyway, but let's just see. We're just going to take that colour out, see if we can lighten it a bit. You'll see. And then you can go again, you see, if you're not happy with it. You'll see how it tones it down. Look, see how it takes it out for you. So now I could put in one of those these feather things that I wanted to try. Like that. So I can bring a little bit, so he's got a bit of a white line there, see? Give it a go. Yeah, see what I'm doing? I'm catching a little line. And you may say, this is way too much time spent on a robin. And I will retort with, I could spend all day on this little robin because it gives me such a peace of mind. And then I can bring this down a bit. We can add a little bit of shadow here. There you go. See how I've changed him? And if I don't like that, I can change him again. And I can change him again and again and again. He's cool, isn't he? See? So, the last thing I want to do is go in and really darken up this area here. Not all of it, not all of the red. Just little tiny feathers. Just to make that robin redbreast really beautiful, vibrant red. How about that then? He's cool, isn't he? Yeah. Leaves. We've got 10 minutes. Let's take a look at these leaves. So what have I got here? I'm using ivory. Right, stretch your necks, girls and boys. Got to stretch your necks. Don't you find that your neck gets really stiff if you're looking down all the time? He came out all right, though. Happy with that. Chamomile. I'm on the chamomile for a couple of reasons. One, I'm trying to lose some weight, and I drink so much tea that I must drink a couple of pints of milk a day. Okay. Well, and then I noticed as well that tea, obviously it's got caffeine in it. The more tea I drank, I never used to think that it affected me, but I think we change, you know. And I know coffee, I know if I drink too much coffee, my head gets all scattered and it's like a spider's web, my thinking. So I drink primarily tea, black tea, you know, Yorkshire tea, a good old brew. But what I'm finding is if I drink as many cups as I do, which is loads, like 20 cups a day, right? That's a lot of milk and it's a lot of caffeine. So I thought, right, well, let me try something. Let me try a couple of weeks of chamomile, because I like chamomile, with nothing in it, no honey or anything. And what I find is that it doesn't calm me down, but it doesn't make me anxious. So it can only be a good thing, you know. And I have 1 cup of tea in the afternoon and I really enjoy it. I really love that lovely cup of Yorkshire tea. And so what was just a yes, please, yes, you know, I'm famous for never saying no to a brew. Now that 1 cup of tea is a real treat, just like the coffee is in the morning. Am I getting old? Yeah, we're all getting old at the same pace, I can tell you. So this is the beginning of the end. I'm on chamomile now. Do like it though. Now, should we try the leaves? Come on then. Right, so I think I'll start by putting down a little bit of this ivory. If you're wondering where I'm getting these pencils from, look, I'll show you. So these are the sets. I don't want to fiddle with the blinking camera though, just in case I can't go back to it. So these are the sets that we've got. And I've got these little things, but I'm not going to fiddle with the camera, so I want to stay on the leaves, okay? So if you look at them here, you can see we've got the winter ones, which are these colours. Then we've got the, let's go to spring after the winter, because spring has sprung. Right, so then these ones, they're the spring ones. Then I've got the summer ones, which are those ones. Right, these are the 4. And then we've got the autumn ones. So I've used the green that I'm using for the leaves is the May green, which is in the summer set. May green is there. And then the red that I've used is in the autumn set. I can see that at a glance. Light cadmium red. There it is. Light cadmium red. So if you're interested in treating yourself, we've got these 4, winter, spring, summer, autumn. Right, I put these together myself. And then this is the one where I'm getting all the greys from, this set here. This is our essential set. And you can see it's got the ivory in it that I'm just about to use. It's got these colours, those toning down colours. It's got the metallics. It's got all those greys, and it's got a really nice sky blue as well. And just to be clear, this set doesn't overlap. So it was my way of putting together a really nice, none of them overlap. You haven't got any repeats there. So they're good, very good indeed. So this is what I'm working on. And now we'll go back to the green. So I don't need the red anymore, but I'm going to use my ivory, Elfenbein. And I'll put a little bit of ivory, right? Light, dark, light, dark. Let's just do one leaf. Then I'm going to take the green and come in from this end, light, dark. So I'm going to come in there and then light, dark. So let's put some green around this edge here. This is the edge that I'm going to go dark on. I want to show you just, we've done this so many times, but I just want to show you how, now we're close up, how you can get a really realistic, see, light, dark is on that side of the leaf, that bit's got to be dark, right? Then light hits there again, and then dark again. So light, dark, look, light, dark on that edge there, on that side of the line. Then light, where the light hits it here, there, and then dark again. See? So now you're bringing in the depth. And then the further away from the edge, the darker it gets. Now, let me just put my other glasses on so I can actually see what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, okay. So then that line there, that outline, got a nice depth to it. See? Once you get that in the kind of, you get into that rhythm of light, dark, light, dark. There we go. You can blend those colours together so that the cream and the green blend together nicely. You can use a blending pen as well, of course you can. And then you've got these little ones. So I'm going to go in with the light one first, light on the top. There you go. You can barely see these little leaves, but they will make a, and we'll do the depth on the bottom. There you go. So they don't have an outline, you know, that's the thing. They don't have the outline that we're used to. There you go. Looks good. And then we've got some little berries here as well. Just because it... There we are. So that's how we do the leaves. Nice, eh? This is the main leaf. This is why I'm focused on it, because it's the main event, isn't it? It's right bang in the middle of the picture. Eh? Just gently does it. Gently does it. Yeah. There we go. Okay. That's it. Happy with that now. So this is what we're doing, and then this little branch, we're just going to keep sweeping through like that. Catch his feet. We keep coming round. There you go. So we know how we're going to do the leaves. We know how we're going to... And then I tell you what we're going to do, right? Let me show you. Do you remember we did flowers and keep smiling in the original? So I'm going to say, I'm going to call it a day on this particular project, and we'll start something new next Monday, okay? But what I'd really like you to do, this is us now, solidarity, okay? SHAC solidarity, and keep smiling. I'd like you to finish these birds, finish whatever birds, whether they're in the round, whether they're like this, but make sure that one of them's got a flower sticking out of his mouth or a little banner, and nothing too political, but something uplifting and positive, so that the guys in the shack, that you bring a smile to their faces, okay? Go post it on Facebook, post it on Instagram, post it on Clarity Worldwide. That's the best place to go. Facebook Clarity Worldwide. And if you're one of those people that's very cagey about Facebook, completely understand. But you can forge a track straight to Clarity Worldwide or Groovy Worldwide, right? You can literally just click that button and go straight there. You don't have to start doom scrolling and go everywhere else and get sucked into that. You go straight to your destination, right? You don't have to get off the bus anywhere else. Go straight to the destination, because I can tell you that the Facebook pages that we run, Clarity Worldwide, Groovy Worldwide, Pergamano Worldwide, and the Clarity pages, we police them all the time. Either Grace, Jilly, the design team, our cherished ambassadors, they always are looking. And if there's anything, and what happens is, because we are so strict and we have a no bullying policy, no trolling, right? After a while, they just lose interest in you. So we don't get much of that much at all anymore. And if we do, we block it so fast, you don't even see it happening, believe you me. So there you go. Okay. And breathe. I hope that I see loads of these little birds, because it's spring is in the air. Okay. SHAC birds, peace. Make art, not war. Smile. Keep calm and keep crafting. Yeah. Oh no, keep calm and carry on crafting. Okay. So keep your eyes peeled just in case I pop up, just to keep you company, right? Do another little demo. There were a couple of demos that I didn't get to on Friday and yesterday on Sunday with the product of the month and those beautiful birds, those Japanese, not Japanese birds. I think they're very William Morris, actually. Maybe we could take another look at those. Okay. So lots of love to you, Paul. Thanks for your help. Have a great day. Keep smiling and make something. You get out of the head and you get with your hands. Lots of love. Bye-bye now.